Good people, what's up? What's good? We are back for another edition of the 3 Milli Podcast. Today we have a very special guest, got Eric, aka the Dr. Dapper. So tap in and to see what happens. See you soon. Let's get it.
What's good, people? So I'm Eric Jones, the Dr. Dapper, and today we're gonna get into a conversation about business, fashion, and branding. I'm so excited to be on the 3 Milli. Y'all don't 3 Milli Podcast. What? Come on, man, turn me up. I'm excited to be here, bro.
Bet. Let's get it. Let's get it. Eric, man, been following you for a while. Had you on the podcast last year. That's crazy. Last year, 2020, bro. And just seeing your story, super inspirational. Seeing you always on the grind. How did you get started in fashion? How'd that journey begin for you?
Fashion started, bro. Like if I pull out a baby picture right now, I've been in a suit since I came out with my mom. Like I can say pussy on your podcast. Okay, cool. Since I came out, been in the suit. Grew up in church. My stepdad's pastor. Mom was the first lady. And I played the drums in church. So that's kind of where my style came from, and it just evolved over time into that like dapper, really like classic, I guess, look. So that's where it started, church, and I'm grateful for it because that laid a solid foundation for me to build off of as a man, as an individual, and as an entrepreneur. So yeah,
I like that. And bro, when it comes to the shoes, how you dress, everything is very, very detailed. It's stylish, and also it's something that's like somewhat different. You know, usually with like clothing lines is more relaxed, but seeing somebody who's black into luxury, into like old school stuff, like I love it because it's all classic looks. What challenges did you face when it comes to making the shoes, when it comes to just being in a completely different lane that most black people aren't in?
Yeah, like even getting into shoes, man, it's like it's hard. You know, it's expensive.
Yeah.
But I knew I was gonna do something in fashion. And what sparked shoes specifically was an article I read about a girl that started a shoe company when my junior year in college. And I read it and I was like, dang, I don't got the money she had. And she had connections and money and all that. And I want to make shoes. She just did it. But I could draw, and I was majoring in fashion, so I was like, I can use my resources I have here, and it just went from there. But challenges, bro, it started from the jump, funding. I come from shit, we had nothing, like literally nothing. Grew up rats, roaches, holes in the wall, shit like that. And of course, things got better over time. But coming from a background where you didn't know anything about entrepreneurship in general, and then you try to get into like starting a business within a specific industry that not a lot of people like me are in, so there's no representation, there's no connections you can make, really. So it was funding to start off, and then finding the resources to actually produce those shoes, which I found a person that ended up being my not distributor, but my middleman. They connected me with the factory, and they ended up screwing me over. Yep, lost a lot of money. Like I spent $2,500 a piece, I think, on samples, and now I pay like $300, $400, $500 for samples, bro. So it's like it's crazy how much you can get fucked up on if you don't know what you're doing. And I think me making those sacrifices, I think if you're like creating a new lane for people that look like you, somebody has to take that loss. And I was the person that took that loss of the money, of losing connection with that supplier, that vendor. And then the factory reached out to me. They found me on Instagram. I got my first order of shoes. They was fucked up, like lower quality. They were narrow. It was bad. I was like, bro, what I'm gonna do now? Because my mom had just died like a couple weeks before I graduated, and I went full time into it because I had my samples and I didn't have any job offers. So I was like, yo, I gotta figure something out. And I knew that people were like, oh, go get a job. You got a degree. She paid for this and that. I'm like, bro, this degree doesn't carry as much weight as a business carries, because I can't pass that degree down, but I can pass this business down. And I look at it now as like my dad passed in my grandma passed in 2010, dad passed in 2013, mom passed in 2016. I look at each one of them as like a baton in a race, and I'm the last person, the last leg of that relay. So my mom passed the baton on to me, and I felt like it was up to me to continue to run that race. And she knew that I had something special. I was gifted, and she sacrificed so much, invested so much, and then she was tired. So those last few weeks before I graduated, she was tired, she was done, and she knew, dang, okay, well, I got you these samples. You my son. I know what you got inside of you. I raised you. Here, take it and run with it. And I'm sprinting with that shit to this day. And I'm always sprint with that shit to the day I die. Then I'll pass that on to my child. So it's deep. There are a lot of things I have to overcome. And that's just the beginning of it, Because I ain't have shit. I lived off a credit card for like 8 months Like basically the whole 2017.
Wow.
Yeah, it's shit, bro. It was terrible. It was terrible. Bad. Really dark, but.
Eric, man, just from being around you these past few days, seeing your energy, lighting up the room, fun person, just everything is dope about you. But during those moments of taking losses and experiencing death, financial crisis, all those things, how did you stay positive? Because I know people who's probably like tapping in, who follow, they probably go through like the same thing. So how did you push through some of those darkest moments?
I pushed through my darkest moments then, and I still push through them the same way. I mean, I placed my mom's death as the worst thing that could happen to me on the top of the list. Like, that's the worst thing that could happen. And then once I got through that, there's nothing, anything. There's nothing that could happen that could be like, oh my God, this is so bad, I can't get through this. Like, yo, you just lost your mom at 21, or it's over with. Like, you ain't got nobody else. And that was my number one source of support, motivation, inspiration, investment. She got a credit card, bro, to help me get my first sample. There's no way in the world I would have been able to start this damn company where I got different shoes now. Because I didn't have money. I didn't have credit cards. I didn't have none of that. She was in debt. She didn't have money. She had to go get credit cards. And when she died, all that debt went away. So she took that with her. It's crazy. So, yeah, and she knew she was going to die. Facts. So getting into all that debt and understanding that, he ain't going to have to pay this off. It's deep. So, yeah, it's crazy. But, yeah, I get through stuff based on perspective. I think you have to have a positive perspective on negative things that happen to you. So if I go outside, like one day I was like, dang, it's rough. I need to go Uber or something. Somebody told me I should go Uber. I was like, all right, I trust your opinion. I'm going to go down to the whip, check the shit out. They needed my insurance. I was like, all right, but I'm going to go down to the whip. I'm going to get my insurance card out. And when I went downstairs, I looked at it, and it was out of date. And I was like, in that moment, your perspective could be, let me re-up on my insurance so I can go Uber. Or it could be like, fuck this shit. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's a fork in the road. You determine the outcome. Whatever you pick, that's going to fuck up. That's going to determine, okay, this is what's going to happen in 10 years. This is what's going to happen in 10 years. Me, I'm like, oh, yeah, fuck it. I'm not supposed to be doing this shit. I'm supposed to go do what I've been doing. It's going to be straight. And I went back upstairs, and the system said, you need to re-upload a picture of your ID. It didn't go through. And I closed my laptop. So perspective.
I love that, bro. And earlier you said something that was very powerful too about you cannot pass down a job to your children. And I think right now, thanks to people like you, Levi, and so many other people right now, it's this movement of ownership, business owners, which I love seeing. Can you break down the importance of us knowing our worth? Because like so many times, man, we would see our parents, right, work at a job for 30 years, and then you're already 65, 70, and life is pretty much over. And yes, like you might get a pension, but also, man, there's people who just work jobs till the day that they die. So what's the importance of us, our age group, owning and creating businesses and monetizing our skill sets overall?
Very important. Your boss is never going to pay you enough to live in the same neighborhood as them.
Yeah.
You're never going to be paid enough from a job because they got a profit. Their bottom line got to fit. The amount of money that person, that company, that boss, whoever makes off of you, they can pay you $20 an hour. They can pay you and 10 other people $20 an hour. Why don't you just create your own thing and become your own 20 people and make 20 times 20 or 20 times 10, however many people they might have. So it's like really understanding that this is my value. I know what I'm worth. I'm going to add tax and I'm going to add shipping and handling. And I'm going to stand on that shit because people are going to pay that. People are not going to ask you, oh, what's your price? You're going to be like, yo, this is my price. Either you paying it or you getting out my face. You're not my client, period. So I think, ownership, entrepreneurship, and economics is the key to freedom. And we have to stop looking at this as the reason for us not being able to do shit. Because you black, that don't mean you can't own a jet. That don't mean you can't have a nice home. That don't mean you can't own $1 million business. Yeah. You set that. That's your mindset. If you think you can't own that shit because of this, you're probably not going to have that shit because of this. But if you change your perspective, your mindset, and understand that the system is created to hold everybody back, of course, it's a lot harder, skin, complexion, whatever it might be. But there's a difference between white privilege and white supremacy. White supremacy, they don't fuck with white people either. That's bloodline. You're not my blood type. We're not fam. That's why you get the Rockefellers and Rothschilds and shit like that. That's blood. That's back when they was fucking their cousins. Like, we can't have no other people in this. If you not in my family, your mental off. They connected genes to being ignorant and illiterate. So if you're not in my family, you're not from this lineage, you can't be a part. That's supremacy. White privilege, your skin. Okay, you white, black buddy system. They're gonna do that, whatever it might be. But the system that's been created, you can be in a classroom with a white boy, a Mexican, a Chinese boy, and a black kid. And everybody's learning the same curriculum and the same shit in the same system that's teaching you how to work on somebody else's dream and not work on your dream. But that's where homeschooling comes in. What are you teaching your kids at home? Fuck the system. If you don't like the system, create your own system at home. You got to go beyond just saying, oh, school, this, that, whatever, and stop saying, oh, this is holding me back. No. You're holding yourself back. You're your biggest asset. You got to invest in yourself. Your life is cheap because you think it's expensive to invest in yourself. So shift that mindset and start to move different. You receive different. When's the last time you did something for the first time? You know what I'm saying? Like, people want shit, but they don't want to work for it. Everybody want to go to heaven. Nobody want to die. Come on, fam.
That's it. Preaching. And for folks right now, right, who can have all these great ideas, brilliant ideas, but if they're afraid to like take that leap and to really do what they love full time, what words of advice would you have for them?
You said something when you said idea. Think about an idea. People think their idea is not worth shit. They look for $1 million idea. I tell everybody out there, don't look for $1 million idea. Your $10 idea is your $1 million idea. You just haven't multiplied it enough. You gotta multiply that shit. 10 times 1,000. 10 times 10,000. If I can create an ebook and I see the value of that being $20, if I sell it enough times, I can make $1 million from it. That was my $20 idea. Period. Facts. The shoe company, that's just a couple $1 idea. Like, oh, I want to do a shoe. I want to have a shoe company. I'm gonna start drawing some shoes. That's not worth shit. But everything starts as an idea. You gotta think it, speak it, write it. If you're not thinking it, speaking it, writing it, you're gonna lose that shit because you don't know when that thought's gonna come back. A lot of people lose their shit because they're not intentional. They don't understand that they're a vessel. Whatever is flowing to you isn't flowing to everybody else. I'm not thinking about starting a podcast. Ain't no source ain't telling me to start a podcast. But if I look at you, I'm like, he started a podcast. It looks easy. I'm gonna start a podcast. You fucking up. You're fucking up. What is your source telling you to do? What are you thinking? What are you taking a shower thinking about? What are you shitting thinking about? What are you sleeping dreaming about? That's where you need to be at. And if you think it's worth $10, cool. Put a $10 price tag on it. As you gain more value in it, raise the price. As you gain more confidence, raise the price. But if you multiply that, then you can make $1 million. $3 million to be exact. You know what I'm saying?
My guy. I appreciate it. Bro, you made a real big move. I mean, going from Arkansas, small state, small town, to LA, bro. That's huge. That's huge. What inspired that move? And now, bro, you were flourishing. So what was that, the move like? And then being in a brand new city, the city, and having your own brand, a business idea, and then to actually put in that work and to execute. What was that like for you?
That was big. I moved within 3 months, bro. And my lease was ending. That was just my shoe company. I had to make a decision. Made a decision. I'm gonna move. My mentor, shouts out MJ Harris, one of my old mentors. We met on Instagram. He was like, yo, why you ain't moved to LA? What you doing? It's dope. Like, I'm like, food stamps, connections, it's expensive. And he was like, bro, we got food stamps out here. You're not losing your connections there. You're just gonna make more connections. So basically, having somebody that's worth millions of dollars with thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers, and $1 million company, it's like, if you have somebody like that, that's like saying, yo, you can do it. Like, come out here. I want you to see what it'll be like. You know, I'm like, all right, bet. So sometimes all it takes is that little from somebody that's, you know, has power to be like, yo, do it. And I did it. You know, I was like, I just needed that little bit of that little push, because I think we hold ourselves back. I couldn't even spread my wings as much as I wanted to. I kept running the roadblock. I couldn't grow in Arkansas. And a lot of times, you know, you have to change. If you're not being planted in the right soil, certain plants can't grow in certain environments. You know, if I plant a cactus in somewhere like, I don't know, Texas, New York, wherever, shit might not grow. You know? But if I plant it in Phoenix or something, it's probably gonna grow. But it's like, are you in the right environment to actually see the growth that you want to see? You might have to change your environment. And then when it gets dark, that doesn't mean it's bad. It might mean you just got planted. Water. Watch it sprout. So I had to move. I had to go. And I moved within 3 months. I had somebody that was supposed to move with me that was a homie, that I thought was a homie. He ended up not having the bread and rode with me all the way to LA. I done fronted racks, bro. Racks that I ain't had. I done fronted $3,000 for deposit and rent. Then the next month rent came up $2,400. Then I had to pay $4,000 to get my stuff.
Bro, it hadn't even been a whole month yet. Like 30 days.
House. Go back to Texas and don't come. Yeah. I'll do it myself. Yeah. And I wanted to move. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna move to LA. This is gonna help me. I'm gonna pay half on rent because my rent right now $900. I'm going to $2,400. That's a lot. That's a big jump. I'm like, how can I do this? And I'm thinking I gotta bring somebody with me. But that moment showed me, bro, God, source, universe, whoever, yo, you can do this by yourself. I'm like, how? Nah, like, what? Gotta have somebody come with me. Took that shit. And ever since then, nigga been paying, you guaranteed $2,400 every month. Smack, dab, $2,400, $2,400. Charge me double. I'll pay double. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just really like, it's a blank canvas. And whatever you want it to look like, it can look like that. You're your artist. You're the artist of your life. Picasso. You know, is that the right one? Picasso? You know what I'm saying? Okay, bet. You paint the narrative. You create your own narrative. Don't stop letting people create what your life's supposed to look like. When you got a 9 to 5, they tell you how much you're worth, what time you need to come, what time you need to leave, when you can take off, how long you can take off, who you can take off with, where you can go eat, when you can eat, when you can piss, when you can shit, when you got to sit. Fuck that. If I want to sit at home in my underwear, I'm going to sit at home in my underwear and make a couple thousand. Period. So you take that control back. And that's just me stepping out of my comfort zone. Whenever you're uncomfortable, that's when you grow. Diamonds are made under pressure. You know, you have to be uncomfortable. And whenever something scares you or like you're nervous, you got to run towards that. Because if you run away from fear and shit that you're scared of, you're never going to grow. If you always want to be comfortable, you're going to be right here chilling. If you're ready to get uncomfortable, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's facts. I'll say it again. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And when you do that, that's growth. That's facts. And that's where the money resides, where you reside. The money don't reside in a special place. You don't got to have a specific major, specific job to make money. The money resides wherever you watering, you planting them seeds, you networking, you nurturing. That's where the money resides. Fuck what anybody else talking about. Don't let nobody tell you what you need to be doing. Unless it's something that's going to help you grow. Move to LA, you're doing good. Damn it, I guess I might move to LA. Can I do good out there? And now I'm doing events. Now I'm consulting. Now I got ebooks. Now I got courses. Now I got the shoes. Now I'm Dr. Dapper. Now I got this. I'm Lubione, networking events, this event, this company, that nigga in LA. And I could have never imagined it. I'm like, yo, you can be the mayor of LA. You damn right. Whatever I want to be.
I love that, bro. I love that. And you're somebody who's constantly stepping out of their comfort zone. So for people who are afraid to actually step out of their comfort zone and, like what you said, do something for the first time, what words of advice would you have for that?
I think whatever you're feeding your mind, you know, so for example, say it like this. Your body is a vehicle. Your soul is a GPS. And the knowledge that you receive on that journey is the fuel that gets you to that destination. You got a nice car, which we all have a nice car. We got luxury cars around this bitch. Look beyond that, we luxury cars, we luxury vehicles. So what that means is I got to put premium gas in that vehicle. I can't put no bullshit in that vehicle. A lot of people are putting bullshit into this vehicle based on the food they eat and the things that they take in. From like news, the radio, the music, scrolling on Instagram. It's a lot of bullshit. You might stay in your comfort zone if you're not taking in the right things. This conversation right here, somebody might not listen to this because they think, business, fashion, brands, boring. Nigga, you're going to stay where you at if you're not listening to something that's going to cause you to feel like you need to stretch. You're going to stay where you at. So I think the things that I listen to, the conversations I have, the people I'm around, the things I look at, I may be like, oh, it might be cliche. If he can do it, I can do it. But if a nigga really sharing their story, more story, less glory, you're going to feel like, dang, I can do that. I can relate to that person. This is dope. This is raw. This is authentic. So I think it starts with understanding this vehicle is a premium vehicle. If you got a nice whip, you got a Porsche, you got an Audi, you're not just putting regular. You're gonna go up to that $5 gas, $6 gas, wherever you at. $3 here, gas is cheap here. I was like, oh, okay, ATL, cheap gas. Ain't seen that in a while. but yeah, I think whatever people what they're taking in causes them, like their friend group. Oh, you trying to start a shoe company? I don't know, that might be hard, bro. I don't know, we might need to, hey, come hit the streets with us, bro. Like, come, like, slang it real quick. You know, you're trying to go work. You're trying to go, what? Entrepreneurship, bro, get that job. You know, like, job security. Fuck job security. Myth. No security. One stream of income is too close to zero. Don't care if you make it 200 racks a year. No matter. One stream of income is too close. There's no such thing is job security, because that company is thinking of a way to find somebody to replace you, find a cheaper person, find a robot. It's done. You out. Period. Once you become a too close to zero, you're failing off top. So if your mindset fucked up, you're gonna always stay in your comfort zone because you think what's comfortable. That's what you think is comfortable. Ain't really comfortable. That 9 to 5 is not comfortable. It's not. Because if they wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, we got to cut COVID shows the whole world, bro. Well, I can't rely on this company. I can't rely on this boss. I can't rely on the government. $600 check, bro? What's going to do with that? Somebody investing in stocks? A rent due. It don't matter who the president is, who your mayor is, who the governor, whatever the fuck. All this stuff is just face. It's a facade. I don't care who the president is. None of them care about me. They don't know me. They care about their family, the people they know. Bloodline. You do the same thing in your house. Facts.
That's good, man. So how do we start changing this narrative, the paradigm, our thought process when it comes to our friends, our family? So when we do, have these talks about ownership, entrepreneurship, we aren't saying, you should get this job, or instead it's about, hey, I support that. I love that. And how could I invest in that? So how do we start, changing these talks, conversations, and our mindsets?
I think it starts with the people that we look up to. We got rappers being politicians. Yeah. What the fuck you being a politician for, bro? We got people talking about, oh, I support black-owned business, but then they say, hey, send me that shit for free. Never wear it. So the people we're looking up to, they not really a great representation of what we should be doing. So I think the people that, like, for example, when I get to the point where I'm really, like, really popping, because I've been molded into a person that's creative for the limelight. I could be in front of anybody. I'm gonna spit my shit. Facts. This is repetition. I've been in this shit. I do this shit. I'm true to this. I ain't new to this. I've been doing this. So I think it starts with the people that are representing and the people that are kids. Or I don't have kids, but one day I'm gonna have some. Rock-a-bye baby on the street. Look at that. But one day I'll have kids, and whoever my kids are looking up to, oh my God, I want to be like this person, that person. And they fucking insane. They're crazy. It's like, and they're not promoting that conversation. When I listen to rap songs, bro, they thought this was lease. I own this. The fuck you talking about? It's better to lease it through your business. It's asset. It's expensive, so you can get them tax breaks. So the things that we're listening to unconsciously, we're saying it, and it's been ingrained in us, and we think it's better to go drop a bag on a fucking Tesla versus having the Tesla, having an expense for the month, and letting that affect your bottom line so you ain't making no goddamn profit for taxes or some shit. It's like, but we think, oh, I need to go buy this Tesla so I can flex and say, I bought this. Fuck that. Go lease it, because you're going to want a new car in the next year or two. Period. And then you're going to want to go buy that full out. If it ain't appreciating, it's depreciating. So what we doing? We got to understand assets, liabilities. Heavy on the assets, light on the liabilities. The bag is more important than the brag. Are we bragging about dropping this cash on this? We got the bag over here, bro. We got the bag. Period. So I think it starts with the shift in the narrative that we're creating for ourselves and the conversation we're having within our community. No, everybody want to go outside of the community and point at a white man. I got love for everybody. I ain't pointing at no white man for some shit that's happening in my community, because we killing each other. We talking down on each other. We run into a hot mic. Ready to talk down on somebody. We ready to say, oh, I had a bad experience with a black-owned business. Fuck all black-owned businesses. But we walk to the next Walmart down the street if we have a bad customer service experience at the Walmart we usually go to. Come on, man. Like, it's the things that we do within our own community. We don't want somebody outside of our community to do it. We'll bash them and drag them. But if somebody in our community do it, we laugh at it. We make it a trend. We make it go viral. It's bullshit. And I speak on shit to know, like, even black on black crime. People say, oh my God, they created it. White people kill each other too. I don't care. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about people that look like me. And the longer we continue to think and point fingers at people that don't look like us, and we compare ourselves to other people that don't look like us and say, oh, they do it, we do it, like, so what? They do it too. Fuck that. You're going to remain in the same place you're in. Because they're going to show you whatever they want you to see. Certain commercials aren't played in certain communities, certain area codes.
Yeah, that's
certain
true.
Zip codes.
That's
so
true.
what you seeing on your feed, they're not seeing on their feed.
Songs too.
So, everything. So it's like, bro, even the narrative with the Black Lives Matter and all that, the hashtags, the trends, we're not making any change with that. Period. I don't care what nobody say. And this is my opinion. You can at me if you want to. We're not making change. Because when you make a hashtag, it trends. What do trends do? They eventually go away.
Comes and goes.
There's no movement. There's no movement. There's no true outcome. What do we really want? We got all these faces we posting. And the thing about social media, bro, and not a lot of people think about snippets. We'll get behind. I call them, excuse my term, trophy niggas. We pick a trophy nigga and we boost this person. Say their name. Say their name. Say their name. Okay, we say their name. Now what? Okay, the full videos come out. This person was pointing a gun at the police. You damn right he gonna get killed. The fuck you expect? Because he looked like me. I'm thinking, don't kill him. He's gonna shoot you. Let him shoot you so you don't go home to your family. If I was the police, I'd kill him. Even if I wasn't the police, you dying before me. I value my life, so I gotta protect myself. And then what do people do whenever they in the streets? If I put a gun in you, somebody call 911. But you mad at the police though. That's who you calling on. Come on, man. You got to change the way you move. Because the way we're moving right now, it's not leading to nothing. It's facts. So I think, understanding what narrative there is being portrayed. A black man getting killed by the police, a white boy getting McDonald's after killing whoever. There's so many people getting killed. White people getting killed by the police, black people, Asians, whatever. But they want to pick a specific story that's going to make you mad. This is going to piss them off. They're going to march for this. Let's push this one out. They're going to get mad about this one. Let's make an article about that one.
Perspective, narrative. From hearing stories growing up and, even in college, growing up in Atlanta, you hear about Auburn Avenue, about Black Wealth, Alonzo Herndon. You hear about Black Wall Street. It's also, of course, Rosewood. All these places, right, where economics was driving us, where we had group economics, where we had our own businesses, our own wealth. And these things were literally destroyed. Like, people don't know, like, before 9/11, Black Wall Street was the first air raid attack on American soil. And nobody talks about that. But do you feel like we will ever get back to a point as a group where we'll be wealthy, like, as one, right? Where we're practicing group economics on a mass scale and actually driving our futures through money again and through ownership, through business? Or do you feel like it's at a point of, like, no return somewhat? How do you feel about it?
People think, what's the proper term for it? I'm brain dead right now. People think desegregation was the worst thing that could ever happen to us. Because you have your own shit. Yep. You've never been able to get somebody else's shit. They destroy your shit, give you access to their shit that you never had access to. Now you feel special. Now you feel like, we got it now. This is what we've always wanted. And then you never go back to seeing your true value. Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Fendi, Prada, all these brands, we idolize them. We promote them. We blow them up. We wear them. We tag them. We excited to drop a bag. We go in there. We ready to see $1,000 on the price tag so we can flex and brag about, I dropped the bag on this. But let me charge $1,000 for my shoe. Hey, bro, let me get a discount real quick, bro. Hey, for real, bro? 2,000? For real? So it starts there too. When desegregation happens, like, all right, bet we got this, we got that, we got that. Cool, bet we in there. There's no division. I think if we were separated, when all this marching was going on, everybody was like, there's Target burning down, all this other stuff burning down. Like, what do you want? I'm like, because I'm looking at it like, bro, you burning down Target. Now where I'm gonna go shop at? We ain't building our own shit. We buy black, soul food market. Couldn't even get 500 racks from their people. One celebrity, one influential person that talk all they shit about support black-owned business could have dropped 500 racks. Tax write-off, whatever you want it to be. One person. But didn't nobody do it. Not that I know of. Shit, if they did it now, congratulations, kudos. I'm excited about that. But where we going? So we have to start to really shift what we think is going to make a change happen. We think marching and screaming and posting is going to make a change happen. But like I said earlier, economics, entrepreneurship, and ownership. Because if you don't own shit, you can't control shit. Even the president, paid for, vouched for, sponsored, Walmart's.
Lobbyism.
Paying for that.
Pay for your politician. Yeah.
So if we don't start to understand, educate the value of owning some shit and actually support some shit, because everybody, we can yell and scream and cry all we want for reparation. Go get your own bag. Mm-hmm. That much money out here in these streets. And the people that have the bag already, Jay-Z's, the Diddy's, whoever, a lot of people not going to really invest in your shit because they scared to miss their bag on the back end. If I drop this in this company, it goes against where I've been getting my bag from. If I go really, really hard on this and I say, if T.I. had said, we're not shopping with this company anymore, we're done with them, versus What he actually said, 6 months. Let's take a break. Who the fuck shop at Gucci that much?
Yeah.
What normal black American shops at Gucci every week, every month? Probably get you a Gucci bag a couple times a year. Whatever it might be. I don't know. If you got the bag, you get more than that. But just because you said boycott and not cancel. We quick to cancel our own people before we cancel a company that don't give a fuck about you.
That's true.
So we use the word boycott for a company that drags your shit. But we use the word cancel for somebody that looks just like you.
So paid.
And then I don't even take it back to slavery, because I mean we can take it there, but it's like, when are we gonna let that go? Everything goes back to, well, they did this to it. Well, they did this. Well, it was this, and then we're not there no more. That's just like saying, well, I used to make money like this. We're gonna keep it like this. Well, you're gonna stay your ass back there then, because this is how we make money now. You're not moving anywhere. So that's where evolution comes into play. We're in the same fucking situation because we've been crying about the same shit. Fuck it. Move on. It happened. Yeah. Teach people about it. Educate them on it. Don't be stuck there. Marketing changes. Branding changes. The ways you make money changes. The ways you build wealth. They're different eras. We're in a different era. But we keeping ourselves in the slave era because our slave mentality. It's all we think about. It's all we go back to. We gotta let that shit go.
That's good stuff. Bro, speaking on marketing, branding, that's something that you are an absolute beast at. Multiple streams of income. When it comes to the ebooks, consultations, what inspired that?
Knowledge. Knowledge isn't power. The application of knowledge is where power comes into play. So I apply shit. I started to see value in people asking me for advice or asking me for help. And when I realized, I'm like, yo, I need to really I could charge for this. So people, and then over time, as you start to charge for it, as you start to build, how does this look for me? Everything evolves and it falls into, it's just like a puzzle. As you start to find different pieces, it comes together. You have to appreciate all those pieces on your journey, the small things. I look at the puzzle pieces, the small things that happen in your life. Because if you don't appreciate those small things, you miss a couple of those, you can never have a bigger picture. You'll never get that picture on the box you see when you buy that puzzle. So I think that's what it was. Me realizing what allowed me to really just tap into my shit, and it's just teaching other people how I did that.
I love that. And for people who have the knowledge, who have the mindset, and who actually want to, give it back, how do you start on that first ebook? How do you market it? How do you brand it?
Get the ebook course. Send me, matter of fact, send me a DM. Just send me a DM. Real talk. Send me a DM. I send voice messages. I'm very personable, bro, and that's what helps my brain grow a lot. I'm very personable and authentic. And if you're interested in, multiple streams of income, passive income, things of that nature, and you want to develop a personal brand, it might be, just send me a DM. Keep it short, sweet, to the point. DM me. Link is in the bio as well. Everything is just literally it's easy to find. The Dr. Daver. Links in the bio, or just in a DM. And I'm there.
Bro, from talking to you, seeing like your mindset, learning from you, you show and you've proven like you're building a real community. For people out there, I think everybody gets focused on followers. So how do we not get focused on the following, but actually, providing value and building a real community, a family vibe, all of that.
I say build a family, not a customer base. And understanding that a lot of people aren't monetizing shit.
Yeah.
A lot of people are buying these followers. And it's not about looking cute. It's about, can I really monetize this shit? Yeah. Am I really offering value and having an impact on somebody's life? So when it comes to followers, understand that you can make $10,000 and having 1,000 followers.
Right.
You don't have to have 100,000 followers to make $10,000. You can really make money from your shit. So I think it starts with understanding that there's quality over quantity. I don't want a whole lot of people on my shit just lurking and looking. I want people on my shit actually ready to support and really sharing my shit. So I want to build a tribe. So changing the perspective on thinking I got to have a whole lot of this to get a whole lot of that versus I can have a little bit of this as long as we really rocking heavy.
Yeah.
Most people circle really tight. If you got a lot of friends, fuck you got a lot of friends for? You might not be going in the right direction. But if you got a really tight circle, there's more power in tight circles, bro. So much more power. If you got a whole lot of friends, a whole lot of different minds, a whole lot of different ways of trying to go, whole lot of this, whole lot of that. Yeah. But when you build slowly, understanding that your process is different. This is the last thing. Your process is different. It's not a microwave process. It's a marination. So if you want to grow real fast, it's cool. Go alone. If you want to go far, you got to go together. And having that tight circle is very important. So I'm in a marination process. I want to be that Thanksgiving dinner. I don't want to be McDonald's. Can't eat McDonald's for the next week. It's done the next day. The Thanksgiving dinner, we eat on that for a week. So it's smacking. I want that shit to smack.
Yeah, I feel it.
Right.
Second to last question, bro. You're somebody who's extremely consistent. You post every single day, bringing value every single day. Can you speak on the importance of just being consistent day in and day out?
Consistency is very important, I think, because there's so many people. People say industries are oversaturated.
Right.
No industry is too saturated. You know, I could be on a panel with 10 people, and they're speaking the same shit I speak on, and people are going to gravitate to me because of my personality.
I love it.
So I think understanding that no industry is too saturated, understand that there are a lot of people doing what you're doing. You have to be consistent. Just like these trends happen. There are new trends every fucking day.
Yeah.
So if you're not in somebody's face every day, they might forget about you. Not the first thing on their mind. When people think about branding, shoes, business development, entrepreneurship, getting a good laugh, think about Dr. Dapper because I'm in your face every fucking day. Period. Just facts. I have to stay in your face because there's so many other people that are in your face.
Yeah. That's good stuff, man. Before we leave, bro, where do you see yourself within the next 5 to 10 years? The business, the brand, who you are, Alluvione, everything. Where do you see it?
Next 5 to 10 years, I don't never put a cap on my shit.
I love it.
I don't never put a cap on my shit. You know what I expect to happen in 10 years can happen in 10 months. Period. So when I speak, there's power in your voice, power in the tongue. If I speak it and say I want this in 10 years, it's gonna happen probably in 10 years, maybe later than that. So I never put a cap or a timeline on what's gonna happen in 5, 10 years. I'm like, yo, this shit can happen next month.
Yeah.
You never know who you can meet.
Yeah.
So of course, wealth, abundance, happiness, being able to invest in people, give back more, do more things like this. 5, 10 years, man. This year, I want my fucking dream car. So it's like
speaking to existence.
Yeah, you gotta speak into existence, bro. Bank account, you know, we gotta have it fat. So you know, and multiple streams of income, thriving. You know, it's just literally just like in a nutshell, just abundance, just happiness, true happiness. Because motherfuckers think they happy. They're not. What you see on social media, a lot of the times, it's highlight reels. You don't know what people are going through in their real life. I don't want my Instagram to just be a highlight reel. I want my shit to be real life. This is real life. This is what I really do. This is how I really feel every fucking day. If I get on live and I'm happy, I'm dancing, and I get off and then I'm sad, and then I don't want. If I'm just feeling bad, I'm just not on live. Yeah. So I really, literally just want abundance, happiness, joy, whatever that looks like. Because I don't even know what that looks like. Source knows what that looks like. Yeah. I don't know what it looks like. Yeah. I could be like, I want $1 million in my bank account. Source would be like, I want $2 million in your bank account. What you doing? Don't say that. Your plan versus God's plan. Yeah. Some people say. We've seen that picture with a small house versus a big house. Yeah. You know, so I really don't fuck around with it. I just do what I'm told to do, what I'm supposed to do, what I'm guided to do, what my soul tells me to do. I follow my soul. And if it tells me to do something and I end up making $10 million off that, I didn't plan it. I write down, I want to make $150,000 this year. I just write it. And I just step towards it. I break it down month, a week, by day, and I step towards it. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. But you can't just think about it. You gotta speak it, write it.
Power of the tongue. That's good stuff, bro. Eric, man, thank you for your time. All the gems. Before we bounce, where can everybody follow you, keep up with your work, consultations, ebooks, all that good stuff?
Get in. VTHEDOCTORDAPPER on Instagram. Period. That's it. Like Levi said, you can Google me too. You know what I'm saying? Get on that Google. Get on Instagram. Get tapped in. No consultations, ebooks, courses, coaching, all that. Events if you're out in LA. Yeah. Just stay tapped in, man. We got a lot of value to offer. A lot of dope shit we're doing. A lot of value just for the free game on Instagram. So get tapped in with that and invest in yourself. Again, your life is cheap because you think it's expensive to invest in yourself.
Once again, y'all, Dr. Dapper, Eric, he killed it. Thank y'all so much, man, for always tapping in. Much love. Keep grinding. Blessed be your host, Caleb Smith. Keep grinding. And your dreams that will come true. Peace.